you guys. Oh wow, my voice is sort of deep when I'm lying down. I haven't made a video in a while. I just want to check in. There's been so much going on. Today's been a good day, and after much time of struggle, like all of you, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we're dealing with. But for me, today, particularly today, the change has been getting some care. Got some help from an osteopath, a dear friend, and it's honestly life-changing. So whatever you can do to get some care. For the longest time, I haven't had any, and I've just been reaching out, and it's really been helping. But what I do that's free is this. Every day, I come up here and I sit on the ground for about 40 minutes, and it's saved my life. It's really, it could be, total chaos in my mind and burning pain, and everything cools off. It's like everything becomes alkaline. Being out here, it's so still and beautiful. This is just parking for a trailhead, and I just sit here, and there's lots of people walking by, but oh well, they look at me like I'm strange, but this is what we do. So I just wanted to say hi. Let's see. Some updates in my life. I don't know if I mentioned this, but they found mold in this van. So my beautiful, amazing, magical van has been really hard on me, and now I know why. I mean, I knew I detected mold, but we couldn't see any, and then we did a leak test, so to run water around the top to see if the sunroof is draining. Roofs, it's not roofs, roofs. To see if they're draining fine, but then there's some leak that comes in here on the inside and was soaking the carpet in the back. So they pulled the carpet up and found mold underneath, and he believes there's mold throughout the carpet underneath here still. So some of it's been pulled out, and there's still obviously the carpet throughout the van. So I'm able to be in it because I have the doors wide open and the sunroof open, and he's remediated the back, so it's way better, but it's not there yet. So I'm having this issue of what do I do? It's the car dealer that I bought it from is actually, I wrote up a whole dissertation about this experience and pictures and everything, and they're willing to either take the car back or if I can figure out a way to fix it. They don't want the liability, which makes sense. But so I'm just confused because I don't want to start the process of looking for a van because that's exhausting beyond belief, and finding the right one has been really hard. So part of me is like, wow, if I could just figure out how to replace the carpet in here. Possibly the headliner. There were stains on the headliner when I bought it, indicating a leak from the sunroof, but my gosh, it's just so intense. I just was thinking about the days when I was a young person and just could be anywhere. I could sleep anywhere. I could eat anywhere. I could just be in any environment, stay up late. I mean, I know when we're young, but man, I had like a little glimpse today of that freedom. Just he did some adjustments. My jaw's been so far out, and the trigeminal's been trapped, and it's making it hard to breathe back here. Everything's going out. So it's just getting into alignment and getting things draining is like, I almost felt normal for a while today. Oh, you guys, you're amazing. And you know, I always say this, but God will make it up to us. Hang in there, hang out for the good times ahead, because we'll get there. We will. So I hope you, if you're in the session, I hope you're doing what you can, staying the course. You know, look, I'm off, let's see, I'm always off gluten, but gluten, dairy, no dairy, not even the like raw Parmesan that I love so much. No gluten, dairy, soy, corn, peanuts, eggs. But I gotta tell you, confession time, I can't give up coffee this time. It's just like the one joy I have every morning, this really beautiful, rich French roast. And it helps me to some degree, so oh, of course we give up sugar. I mean, I've never had normal sugar. I do eat dates, and, you know, once in a while I'll get like a chocolate treat with coconut sugar or something, but, it's been really great, you know, things are shifting. Where I'm not doing great, where I wanted to do better was with grains. I wanted to really take a break with grains. I've been eating quinoa and millet, so it's the good grains, if they're, you know, they're seed grains, and I'm doing okay with it, but I'd like to slim down a little bit, you know, so those are my two things: eating some grains and coffee. And I'm experimenting with eating more legumes, and you know, this time of year, getting off some of the heavier proteins feels right. And so, and it also adds a lot more fiber and a lot more bulking and cleansing happening. So sometimes I'll just go home and have frozen peas. The sweet pea soup is in the summer session, but frozen peas with either avocado oil or coconut or ghee, and just with some onions, and I put it in there and just dash of curry. And then these little patties I get that are millet and quinoa patties with vegetables, and they're gorgeous. It's like you're eating a falafel or something. So that with peas, with curry peas, gotta tell you, if I started eating these because we were in lockdown and I needed like frozen foods, you know, foods we could store. And you know, you don't want it every day because there's sunflower oil in there, and it's at the very bottom of the list. But you don't want a ton of that. But other than that, it's all organic. I'll do a video of sort of like lockdown quarantine pantry and freezer. Yeah, I made some pretty good meals. I've actually been eating out of that sort of quarantine pantry. So the other day I made black bean salsa. It was fine. You know, it's interesting. I always get bloated after eating the beans or legumes, grains, all of it. But it's because they're moving a lot of stuff. They're active foods. They're kind of moving a lot of stuff. And they're hard to digest for a lot of people. But yeah, I just experimenting with more of that. And also been eating some, one of the other quarantine pantry items was white anchovies. So I make a white anchovies on a bed of lettuce and a big chunk of lemon. Very, very, I was gonna say, to my roots, my Italian roots, Southern Italian, also Southern French, but I digress. But these are some of the meals that I've been eating, so maybe I'll put that together if you're interested. So that's my update. I hesitate to say this because I don't know if I can for sure do it, but when I started this program, I was talking about some key ingredients that we forget about, and one of those is cabbage. And back in the winter, I was eating, I put cabbage and mushrooms and onions in a soup and made like a sesame kind of soup. But since I've had a lot of cabbage in the refrigerator because it lasts so long, right? That's another quarantine item. It's just such a durable, durable? No, that's not the right word. It's such a hardy. It's a hardy vegetable and cruciferous for that liver. And what I've noticed is it's sort of a cabbage is sort of a beauty food. When I eat cooked cabbage in a soup, it's as if I had bone broth or something like that. It really hydrates the skin. And I think that's partly because it clears the liver. But it got me thinking, sorry, I'm telling stories again. It got me thinking about when I was growing up, my stepdad would always go on this cabbage soup diet. It's a very 70s diet, and you go on it for, I think, 7 days, and you eat nothing but cabbage soup every day. And then one day you can have, like, or at night you have a baked potato, and then one day off you eat bananas and something else. But it was developed by the Mayo Clinic for people going into heart surgery. So the week before they would get them to lose weight, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's a very cleansing diet. So I don't know, I'm thinking about this last week of the cleanse, next week of doing the cabbage soup diet. So I don't know, I wonder if I have any takers that want to do it with me. So there you go. I hope you're doing well. I'm having a fantastic day, and that's why I'm talking to you. It's not been like this lately. It's been really rough, like not being able to move my neck at all, and but as I'll say again, the trees, good food, fresh air, and getting on the ground, everything. Okay, you guys, bye.